Do you want to know what tools, materials and techniques a fine furniture maker uses to build their creations? Would you like some DIY inspiration and some ideas for projects you can do to improve your home? Would you like to meet an award-winning designer and maker and get a glimpse into their world? Keep watching Evolution Power Tools TV to find out more. You're right everyone, my name's Joel from Average Joel's Joinery and I'm excited to introduce to you a brand new episode of Evolution Power Tools TV, a monthly show dedicated to bringing you inspirational stories, DIY guides and tips and tricks to make you a better maker. We're continuing to post a new episode of Evolution Power Tools TV every month, so make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn that bell notification on to guarantee you never miss an episode. Okay, let's see what we've got coming up in the show. First up, Evelegh shows us around his home workshop and gives us a look at some of the incredible pieces he's created. We also have a guide to building a Japanese inspired shelving unit that Sean's created for us, so make sure you go and click the link in the description and check it out. Next we visit Aimee and Matthew, who give us a tour of their new home and tell us all about the various DIY improvements they've made. After that, Vikkie will be speaking to Ollie Allen, a furniture designer, maker, builder and jeweller, to find out all about his life and work. Then it's time to get technical with Evolution Power Tools' very own Lee Price, who tells us all about the new Cordless reciprocating saw. Finally, it's competition time. Megan will be back to take a look at your recent creations and announce whose project has won some great prizes. We'll also announce the winner of our big competition and introduce next month's prizes. Right, now we've seen what's coming up in the show, let's get started. Here's Evelegh to show us his workshop and projects.
Hi, I'm Sean, I'm a fine woodworker. I make everything from tables to chairs to picture frames to vases. Today I'll be showing you around my workshop and telling you about some of the pieces I've made. All right, let's go in. So we're in the center of the workshop. This is sort of the machine area. I've got all my hand tools and my workbench on the other end. The workshop didn't always look like this. Pretty much everything in here isn't the original version, it's always an upgrade. So I started off with a smaller table saw, a smaller thicknesser, a smaller extractor, and then I just upgraded. All the money I make just goes straight back into the workshop. This is the timber store. This is where every project starts. This timber store is actually the biggest thing I've ever built. It was a big challenge. There were a lot of nightmares in the build process, the biggest being the weather. I was at the point in my career where building the timber store was quite essential because I was running out of space in the workshop for storing wood. So I'm really lucky to have this space and I wouldn't be able to grow the business without it. This is my outdoor workstation. I've got a portable workbench and an Evolution gazebo. The Evolution gazebo is a new addition to the workshop and has allowed me to do a lot more outside. And being under the gazebo, the sun won't affect the wood or rain, so I can cut outside all day. Especially with the Evolution cordless power tools, I don't need to run power out or worry about a long extension lead. I can cut as much as I want outside really easily. The latest addition to my workshop is the CNC. I built an enclosure and a stand for it because it's quite a loud and dusty machine. And that's gonna really help me grow my business and it's gonna allow me to batch more pieces out and make more repeatable cuts for jigs and inlays. There's two sides of the business. I have one side which is the custom commissions, one-off pieces, and the other side is my own designs, which I like to batch out and sell on my website. I have my own catalogue. Some of my favourite batchable pieces, some of my own designs have been the Oxford table and the Hawthorn chair. The Hawthorn chair is one of my proudest pieces because I designed it completely from scratch. The back of the Hawthorn chair wraps around you and turns into the armrest. So that's probably the most impressive part of the chair, but also the legs are very unique. They're faceted on all the sides and they turn 45 degrees from the top of the leg to the bottom. In some lighting situations, it looks like the legs taper down to a hairpin point. One of the most challenging pieces I've ever made was my Celtic maze vase. I decided to make a large segmented vase with a Celtic pattern on the outside. And to challenge myself even more, I wanted the pattern to be a game. So I chose a maze, and the idea of the maze is you had to start from the bottom and work your way up to the top. This vase has 1,500 pieces in it, and if one of them was glued in the wrong location, the whole maze wouldn't work. But it was well worth it. I don't think I'll ever sell the piece. It has so much sentimental value for me. Yeah, that's definitely one of my favourite pieces. The last project I made was my biggest furniture piece to date. It's a large walnut L-shaped desk to go in a corner of a room. It's 2.5 metres by 2.5 metres. One side is a long storage area with 6 sliding doors made from one piece of olive ash, so the grain continues throughout all the doors perfectly. And the other side of the L-shaped desk is the computer area. It's got a really cool geometric style leg. It's got a low drawer where you sit and also some cable holes, so the cables go underneath the desktop, follow along a channel and then down the back of the storage area. So I'm really excited for that to go on the YouTube channel. So thank you for visiting me in my workshop today. If you're interested in learning how to make this Japanese-inspired shelving unit, then make sure you click through to Evolution's website to watch an in-depth build video.
Make sure you click the link in the description to go through to the Evolution Power Tools website. You'll not only find Sean's guide to building a shelving unit, but you'll also find much more great content from everyone featured in this episode. Thanks Sean, what a brilliant insight into how a fine furniture maker works on their projects. If you want to see Sean's guide to making the shelving unit, click the link in the description.
Later in the show, I'll be revealing who has won last month's competitions, and I'll be telling you how you could win a Sonos Ray compact soundbar or an Amazon Fire Stick. Keep watching Evolution Power Tools TV for your chance to win.
Before we move on to our next feature, now's a good time to take a look at what you guys have been doing this month. Jay has been working on this desk restoration. Really nice work there, Jay. You've done a great job. Michael has made a treetop deck, a really good job, and what an amazing backdrop. Barry has made this happy birthday sign for his wife's 40th birthday. What a great job, Barry, and it's really fun to see all of the steps you took to complete the project. Max has been making some drawers for his van build project. Here he is cutting the pieces for it with his Evolution miter saw. Make sure that you tag us in all of your project videos. We love seeing what you guys get up to. Now it's time to see how a pair of DIYers have made improvements to their home. Aimee and Matthew were kind enough to invite us over to see the results of their hard work.
Hi, I'm Amy.
And hi, I'm Matthew.
And this is our house.
We're going to take you on a guided tour of everything that we've done.
Now let's get going. So this is our house. We've been living here for 3 years now, and me and Matthew have been together for 4 years. Prior to this house, we were living in a 2-bedroom house, but decided that we needed more space. At a nearby housing estate, they have this same house type, so we went to view that and we fell in love with it immediately. We seen the potential that we could have if we bought that house.
This is one of the projects that I've done. This is my decking under the pergola. Started off by digging the footings out for the support beams for the composite decking to sit on top. I painted the top of the support beams with creosote so they don't rot. I added a power point for outdoor heating, outdoor music. I also added the 2 outdoor lights through the top of the pergola. So for each of the angles that I cut, I used the Evolution miter saw. This helped me achieve the perfect cut all the way around.
The first room in the house that we decided to decorate was the master bedroom. I'd taken quite a bit of inspiration off Instagram, such as the sconce lighting, and we have photo frames above the bed. Colour-wise, we went to B&Q and we both fell in love with the colour and thought what other colours we could bring into the room with that colour. So we've gone for a deep blue, and we've brought in a blush pink as well into the room. Since we've decorated the room, we've had some lovely comments on Instagram. We've also used it as a way to get in touch with small businesses, including Wire Wording, which we have in our bedroom now. It's been amazing making them connections through Instagram and social media. One of the projects we completed just over a year ago was a den under the stairs, and we were waiting the arrival of our cockapoo, Nala, and then Matthew went about putting the den together himself. Once he'd put all the wood in place, he primed it, and then we decided to paint it a grey, as we haven't decorated the hall yet. So we wanted to give it more of a neutral colour. Since posting the photo of the den, we've had plenty of good comments asking for help with other people who are planning on doing the same when their dog arrives. It feels good that we've inspired other households to try and do the same thing and put their own spin on things as well. At the same time as welcoming Nala home, we decided to redo the downstairs WC. There was a tiny sink in there that wasn't fit for purpose, and we just wanted to change the look of the downstairs loo completely. I decided that I wanted to have a feature wall in there, the main back wall that the radiator is on. Matthew came up with the idea of going with hexagonal tiles, so we decided to go with grey tiles at the back and then white the rest of the way around the WC. We'd had a black sink and black tap put in the kitchen, and we decided we want to follow that throughout the house. So we found a nice bigger basin, and we chose a black tap to go in there and a black radiator as well, and we've got black finishings as well with a light and the mirror in there. Matthew knew that we'd need to get a plumber in to help us out, as there were certain jobs that he didn't feel comfortable doing himself. So we brought in a plumber to do a first fix to begin with. They rerouted the pipes for the sink, and they also prepped the connection points that the radiator would go in. He then did all the tiling himself, and then we brought the plumber back in to do a second fix, which was the installation of the radiator and of the sink as well.
Whilst doing these outdoor projects, I find that this cordless miter saw so much more convenient, as you don't need to be next to a power point.
So now you've seen our house and everything we've been working on.
If you'd like to see more of our projects, click the link in the description.
Make sure you click the links in the description to go through to the Evolution Power Tools website. You'll not only find a more in-depth video about the things that Aimee and Matthew have created in their home, but you'll also find much more great content from everyone featured in this episode. Thanks to Aimee and Matthew for having us over to look around their house. If you want to see more of their home DIY projects, click the link in the description. Before we meet this month's guest maker, you guys have been sending us your DIY tips. Let's have a look.
How do you
you know how far to drill into a wall in order to fit a wall plug? You place your masonry bit up against it and then you secure tape to the same length. You then drill into the wall up to that marker.
Get yourself a DIY notebook so you can keep track of all your plans, your measurements and your materials.
Take the time to set up a square and level edge to start from. This will make your work a lot more accurate as you progress through your project.
Invest in some good quality tools at the right time. As a beginner, you don't need to go and clear your local DIY store out all their tools. A few good quality tools will see you through a whole array of projects, and you can add to that collection over time.
Make sure that you set up temporary lighting. If you're doing a lot of work, big works in your house and you don't have any lighting and you want to work late in the evenings, temporary lighting is really, really important.
Thanks to everyone for giving us your DIY tips. If you'd like to get involved, all you have to do is make a video of yourself telling us your top 5 DIY tips. Just tag us in the video and you could be featured on our next episode. If your video is featured, we'll send you a brand new Evolution miter saw, so make sure you get involved. Right, it's time to meet our guest maker.
He's a furniture designer, maker, builder and jeweller who was once voted UK's Carpenter of the Year. You may have previously seen him on the BBC TV series Money for Nothing, where he was the artisan maker. He's a multi-skilled creator with lots of projects under his belt. It's master of many trades, Ollie Allen.
Well, it's nice to see you again, Ollie. It's been a few years. Now, I know what you do, because you've got a lot of skills, but people may not know at home. So, in a nutshell, describe what you do.
Okay, sure. So, I'm a furniture designer and maker, a jewellery maker and designer, and I guess an overall kind of crafts person and maker. Projects range from like pieces of furniture, upcycling, more recently working in our jewellery company to create titanium and stainless steel wedding rings. So on a bit of building, house renovation.
So now you've given us an idea. How did you get started doing all of this?
I studied design back at university, so I was always a creative and a kid and a maker, kind of taking things apart and breaking stuff and figuring out how things worked as growing up. And I went into product design probably about 10 or 12 years ago now, and then evolved from there and kind of got involved in some construction projects and then furniture and set up my own woodworking business and workshop.
So you've been on the BBC show Money for Nothing for about, is it 3 years?
Yeah, I think
now?
it's about 3 or so years ago we started filming.
And how did that opportunity come about for you?
I was following them on Instagram and I basically saw some of the projects and really wanted to get involved in some of them and start some upcycling and have a go. So I sent them a load of messages and kind of mini portfolio, maybe a video as well. And then they got back in touch and said, you look like you're doing some good stuff, and said, yeah, let's give them a go. And then filming crew turns up and you just get cracking.
I particularly like the pendant that you did with all the bendy, it was plywood, wasn't it?
It was like steam bent. I steam bent an old, so I cut up an old beech slatted blind, really thin strips of beech, cut them up, put them in a homemade steam bender out of an old bit of drain pipe, and then bent them into this kind of onion-shaped light fitting. That was
with your own made jigs.
Yeah, basically made some jigs, clamped them all together. That was really good. I learned a lot.
What other projects have you done?
One was taking an old sort of tired coffee table and cutting that all up and making into a nest of tables with some steel welded legs. A couple of lighting projects. An old blanket box turned into a bureau, and then a really good one as well, using an Evolution saw to cut a granite worktop that someone had thrown away out of a kitchen and turn that into a really cool oval-shaped coffee table with this welded steel base.
Now, it was a while ago when I spotted on your Instagram. We're probably talking a couple of years ago. And I'm sure you were making jewellery.
Yeah, so my wife Jess has been in the jewellery industry after studying it at uni. That's pretty much where we met. We met after we both finished our studies, and she started her own jewellery design business, and it's now 12 years old, I think it is, coming up to. And so I was doing my woodwork thing. Basically, she needed some help because she'd got a couple of orders for some stainless steel wedding rings, and we just had our first child, Carmen, and she'd basically gone back to work really quickly after, and then these rings that she'd collected from one of our friends who was making them had disappeared. So this couple were getting married in like 3 weeks' time. Mm-hmm. And Jess was like, with baby brain, thinking, where on earth are these rings? And the only option, because our friend who made them was away, was for me to just have a go, and basically started making rings the hard way.
Well, with all these ideas flowing, where do you get your inspiration from?
Loads of different places, really. I think seeing what other designers and makers have created, and artists, and looking online, YouTube videos, seeing what projects you're making and other people. So it's tricky, but I think having an overview and just kind of taking your pick of what things you see on the internet.
Well, I really liked your plywood boxes, because that's going to be on to do mine. And I looked the other day, I can't believe I've not commented on it.
Amazing, really? I'm sure you must have done in real life.
Yeah, and I thought, did you leave a comment? Because I'm sure I've commented on that. And every now and again I'll watch that video, because it was cool to see. It were a big commission job, wasn't it? Because it was interesting to see that you had to make, let's say, 50 plywood boxes.
Yes,
and we didn't see you struggle how to make one. We were seeing your quick methods of doing them all in bulk. This is what you do if you want to. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. On the CNC machine, and I kept things simple and struggled, with power tools. But yeah, I don't have a CNC machine.
No, luckily that was perfect, because I could just cut out some rebates and draw it all out, spend the sort of hours or so drawing it, and then just plonk a piece of wood on, let the machine do its thing, and then batch it into hours of making, hours of sanding, hours of gluing.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, and it's been great to catch up.
Yep,
and I'm sure we'll talk later as well about plans, ideas and things. And if you want to see more of Ollie, don't forget you can find him on YouTube, Instagram and his website.
And if you'd like to see our full interview, click through to the Evolution Power Tools website now.
And thanks to you for watching at home, and hopefully we'll catch you in the next one.
Thanks Vikkie, it was great to meet Ollie and find out all about his life and work. Now, if you want to cut through material quickly and efficiently, then a reciprocating saw is a must-have addition to your power tool arsenal, and Evolution Power Tools has a brand new cordless version. Evolution's product design guru, Lee Price, is on hand to tell us all about this handy and versatile new power tool.
Thanks a lot, Joe. Hey everybody, welcome back to the technical section. I'm Lee from the design team here at Evolution, and today we're talking about reciprocating saws. Not just any old reciprocating saws, but specifically this new Evolution R150 RCP Li lithium ion. It's a cordless saw. This makes it ideal for all kinds of remodeling and demolition work. So if you're interested in one of these, or perhaps you just wish to learn more, you should stick around. We've got all the specs and information for this little guy coming right up. So with that being said, let's get into it. Now, anyone who's familiar with power tools knows that most of the time we use these to make precise cuts. We put in so much engineering talent and manufacturing skill to make our saws as accurate and precise as can be. You know, you want your miter saws and table saws to be precise. So, what do you do when you just need to tear something down, cut something off, or get something out of the way? Reciprocating saws. Like this bad boy here. These are like the wrecking crew of saws. While maybe a bit crude in nature for some, these powerful and incredibly versatile saws are invaluable to a really wide range of contractor applications and even some other professions. So although some people may not consider a reciprocating saw the essential tool for a DIY hobbyist, if you're just starting out, we beg to differ. These saws are awesome. They have a ton of uses, they work with a whole range of blades, and they can be fun to use too. We'll go over all the essential information you need to know about reciprocating saws, including what they're for, what they're best working at, how they work, a few tips on how to get the most out of yours, and basically all the details you'll want to know before you buy one for yourself. So here at Evolution, we've had a reciprocating saw in our lineup for a few years now. It all started with this legacy tool right here, which some of you, if you've been around as long as I have, you may remember this as the Rage 8. This was a popular option among the trades, from landscapers, handymen, whether it was a quick and effective option for dismantling a pallet, pruning of small trees. This here guy, it made easy work of whatever job was thrown at it. Now, a few years later, the opportunity came for myself to take what's good about our old Rage 8 and redevelop a fresh new reciprocating saw for Evolution. This is how this guy was born, the R230 RCP. I've had my hands on this. We'll give you a run through and a comparison of the old saw, the new saw, and the other ones here, leading up to our fresh little guy here, the R150 RCP, our new cordless one. We're happy to introduce. You guys are going to want to see some real world action, so we'll make a few different cuts with these saws to show you how it works, from your typical stud timber rough cuts to surgically dismantling a pallet. There's no need for a crowbar when you've got one of these. Then we'll finish with the main event, which is cutting through a car hood. That's a bonnet if you prefer. Anyway, we got one taken off one of my neighbor's old cars. I think it's a Mark II Ford Fiesta. I hope it goes back together nicely for him. So what we'll do, we're gonna cut the hinges off of a donor piece so he can weld them back onto another hood that's less rusty. The one he gave me is completely toast. It's beyond repair. I don't recommend you doing this to chop the top on your mom's new Audi, but it's good to know that you could if you wanted to. Anyway, you can effectively cut through a car door or roof with one of these. They use them to chop the top. These are different blades supplied with the machine. You get to see both the multi-material blade and the thin steel blades in action. So, if you're interested in learning more about any of these reciprocating saws, or you just want to see some good old-fashioned car cutting, well, click on through to the link below to the Evolution Power Tools website, where you can enjoy the full tool guide. If you already have this saw, if you have another Evolution tool, maybe you just need a little support or information, please do drop by, ask a question, and we'll get back to you. Well, that's about a wrap from me, so have yourselves a great day. For now, it's back over to Joe in the studio.
Thanks Lee, I hope that guide to the cordless reciprocating saw has inspired you guys to want to see more. If it has, click the link in the description for the more in-depth video. Right, it's competition time now, so it's over to Megan to find out what you can win.
Thanks, Joe. Hi guys, I'm back to announce the winner of last episode's competitions and tell you how you can win some brilliant prizes. I'm Megan, Head of Customer Service for Evolution Power Tools. Myself and my team work hard to help our customers with their Evolution products. And today I have the additional job of letting you know which one of you has won our picture competition and will be enjoying their prize of a set of Apple AirTags. I'll also be announcing the winner of last episode's big competition that had a grand prize of a 2-night boutique hotel stay for 2. Make sure you stick around, as later on I'll be telling you how you can win an Amazon Fire Stick for taking part in our picture competition. We'll also be giving away a Sonos Ray compact soundbar, and all you have to do is answer a very simple question. Before we get onto the competitions, I just want to tell you a bit about some of the conversations I and my team have had with our customers this month. Rebecca called us to ask where to find spare parts for her Evolution table saw. Our customer service team were able to direct her to the spare parts diagram on the website, and after identifying the parts she needed, we were able to dispatch them for her quickly. Tony got in touch via email to tell us that the laser light on his R255 SMS miter saw had stopped working. We collected his machine under our warranty, and our workshop was able to identify the problem, repair it and return it in a timely manner. Paul got in touch via live chat to request a change of delivery address. With a quick response from the customer and our quick reactions, we were able to successfully re-divert the delivery with UPS to Paul's chosen delivery address. If you need any information about Evolution Power Tools products or any support with your purchases, our customer service and technical support team are on hand 8 AM to 5 PM Monday to Friday. Right, let's get on to the competitions. You guys have been sending in the pictures of the things you've been making and they all look really good. Let's have a look at some of them. T has made this cold frame for the garden. It's made completely from unwanted bits and pieces and it looks brilliant. Well done, T. Take a look at this amazing summer house project from Laura. What a great picture. Thanks, Laura. Christina has upcycled this candle holder into a bedroom lamp. Good going, Christina. Very nice idea. Margaret has made this large wooden slat planter and hanging baskets. Very nice, Margaret. It looks brilliant. Michelle has made this lovely looking plant pot holder from a pallet. Really nice job, Michelle. All of your pictures have been great, but only one of you has won the competition and the Apple AirTags. I'm very pleased to announce that our winner is Laura for her picture of her summer house project. Very good work, Laura. Your prize is on its way to you now. Next month, for our September 2022 episode, we'll be giving away an Amazon Fire Stick as our picture competition prize. Never miss an episode when you're away from home. A Fire TV Stick works with any HD TV. Just plug and play anywhere, all you need is a Wi-Fi connection. If you want to take part in our picture competition, all you have to do is post a picture on Instagram of something that you have made recently. Make sure you use the hashtag #EvolutionTVWin or your picture may be missed. You can even just tag us in a picture that you've uploaded already. It doesn't have to be new. Just add the hashtag to your existing picture to enter. In our last episode, we gave away an Amazon Echo Show. Congratulations again to Tracy, whose picture of her custom garden bench saw her bagging this fantastic prize. Tracy has sent us this video of her prize.
Extra, show me Evolution Power Tools.
Showing results for Evolution Power Tools.
Thanks again, Tracy. Remember, if you're watching this after September 2022, the competition will be closed. You can, however, still take part. Click the competition link in the description to see the latest prizes. In our last episode, you took part in our big competition to win a 2-night boutique hotel for 2. All you had to do was answer A, B or C to this simple question. What animals did Kids Invent Stuff turn into a lawnmower? Was it A, a giraffe, B, a crocodile, or C, a hedgehog? The answer is, of course, B, a crocodile. Well done to Lloyd for getting the correct answer. Your 2-night boutique hotel for 2 prize is on its way to you. If you want to be our big winner, just like Lloyd, stick around for this month's grand prize competition. For next month's big competition, you could be in with a chance of winning a Sonos Ray compact soundbar worth $279. All you have to do is answer the following very simple question. Earlier in the episode, Lee showed us one of Evolution's new cordless products. The question is, which product did he talk about? Was it A, a cordless miter saw, B, a cordless jigsaw, or C, a cordless reciprocating saw? Click the competition link in the description to answer the question. We will then choose a winner at random from all the correct entries and announce who has won on the next episode. Remember that if you are watching this after September 2022, the competition will no longer be active, but you can still click the link to see the latest question and prize. Before I go, I have even more Evolution products to give away. To win yourself an Evolution miter saw, click through to the competitions page to find out what you need to do. Okay, that's it for competitions this month. Make sure you click the link in the description to take part in the competitions and win some great prizes. I'll see you next time.
Thanks Megan. Right, that's it for today's episode. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell so that you never miss an upcoming episode. Please comment below if you have any questions, suggestions or ideas for content, and make sure you come back next time for more great inspirational stories. Thanks a lot for staying with me and I hope you've enjoyed the show. That's it from me. Catch you on the next one.